I gotta find a way to make a sleepable camper on top of this amphibious sidewinder, or Argo, or whatever this thing is called. I'm making a camper. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. But what I do know is step one, I wanna take this rack off because I don't think I'm gonna be using it for the adventure or the build. Yes, this should work. I've been brainstorming a couple of ideas on how to make this usable for a multi-day trek in the mountains. Oh! Now, I can build whatever I want up here. I have a couple things I want out of this camper build, and the first, most important thing is it needs to be long enough for me to fully lay down. This thing seems pretty sturdy. I don't know how much weight I can put on it, but there shouldn't be a ton. I'm just building like a platform, pretty basic structure. Put my tools away first. If this whole thing collapses, we're in trouble. Okay, what's cool is these front headlights up here on the bar actually work. So I don't want to interfere with those because that's a fun feature. But yeah, this is the basic idea. Sleeping up here in a little cabin structure, camper thing. Okay, I've got this. These are all pretty thin. Oops. I'm kind of thinking I might be able to throw this up there, maybe get a general idea of what it could look like. Let's just take a look. This is leftover wood from the treehouse build, so it's fun to keep leftovers. Okay, first look. This side bar is higher than like the middle bar. See, it kind of starts up here and then it drops down. So if the wood is resting on the edge here, it might not be resting on the center bar. One thing I was considering was maybe putting a piece of wood under these bars, and it would kind of give like a little gap here, but then I could put maybe like some insulation or something in here because it's already October. If I'm planning to do this, especially in the mountains, it's going to be cold. If I could somehow, it's just like, I don't want to add too much weight, but if I could add just a little bit of structure to it where you could put some insulation in, that might be a good idea. But for up here, I don't know how high I want to make it. I got to be able to sleep in here, so I got to be able to fit, but I don't have to make it like humongous. It doesn't have to be a living room. 2 feet might be too tall. How wide are my shoulders? Oh man, 2 feet. That's a big cabin. But based off my measurements, you might have to go 2 feet. I need to at least be able to get my shoulders like sideways in. 2.5 feet? That's a big cabin. Put it up here. It's just the underbar is just too low. Just got back from the store. I picked up a little bit more wood, and I think I solved the floor problem up here. Take a look at this. See? I cut these little notches out where these hooks were, and now this floor lays up here perfectly. I've got these, like I said, my goal is to do this as light as possible. So I got these 2x3s all cut to length. I'm gonna build some walls out of them. Today is also a very chilly day. So if I could just get some framing done, that would be excellent. So I'm gonna start building these walls and see what they look like. Okay. 2 edges. Yeah, obviously this would go a lot faster with a nail gun, but I don't think I have the air compressor. There we are. One wall framed up. And it is pretty light. That's great. That's part of the plan. I'm gonna throw out the pieces for the next wall and watch them just get assembled. All right, second side wall done. Now, the question of these like front and back walls. I think this, because obviously I have to be able to climb in here. So the back wall is gonna be the door or whatever. See this? It overhangs, so I gotta make sure I support it enough. That way when I'm climbing in, it doesn't break. I'm using just like this OSB plywood. It's not super thick. It does support me, but it's not the strongest. Like I said, I'm going for the lightest build possible. That's kind of the gist. It'll be perfect right there. Yes. This should be, wait a minute, not 44 and a half. Almost made big mistake because these walls are like this. So now, I know you could just do math, but I'm just gonna line it up. 39 and a half. So I need 4 boards at 39 and a half. Ouch. Got all my walls done, so I'm gonna assemble all the walls down here instead of on top of the vehicle. I think this is gonna be a lot easier. All right, there we go. Okay, this is the back. Final wall piece. Ta-da! Well, let's get it all screwed down and see what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but it is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. All right, let's go on inside. I mean, obviously I can lay down in here, but I think I would rather build it a little bigger than it ended up being too small. Yeah, I can lay down in here just fine. Oh, actually, I just had a brilliant idea. This is where the hook sticks out, right through here. If I build a roof support, look up here, at the exact spot and goes across this way, I could put hooks, zing, zing, and attach it, zzz, and it should be easy to take on and off. You undo the hooks, zzz, zzz, and then you take the whole cabin off. Let's do a lift test. I mean, it's not that heavy, but well, these screws are sticking out pretty far. What the? I don't know if I can get that on by myself. Maybe though. Oops. Okay, we're getting close. Gonna line it up. Wait, what's happened? Oh, it's this piece. Can I just squeeze it down? This one piece, so close. I'm gonna have to cut these pieces, just little notches out of them. Okay, here's what it looks like though. Right now, it's just a big box on top of this. I mean, really the biggest question is gonna be, once I get this all built, doing a drive test to make sure the whole house doesn't fly off when I'm driving around. Because if it's stable and it works, then this might do it. I know that I'm not the best builder, but that's what's fun about building. One thing I enjoy doing overall is problem solving. So let's see if we can solve this problem real quick. I'm so scared. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, nope, I need a step ladder. That'll fit now. Guys, look, I've done it. A hook there, a hook there, cut the little notch out. Aha, see? It fits. I got plywood. It's just so bright, ouch. Yes, I got plywood for the walls. What, that beam is way crooked. Don't worry about it. My plan right now is obviously this back part here needs more support. But what I want to do is I want to have like one of those camping ladders that's folded up in here. And then when you go to camp mode, it folds out and becomes the ladder to get in, but also acts as some support. I'm going to add some more supports as well, but that's my idea at the moment. I mean, pretty close to what I had in my mind when I came up with this idea. I was building this tiny house on top of the vehicle. So the little tiny house camper, I think, is gonna end up looking more like just a box, but that's okay. I think if I add some windows, maybe one here, it could look more like a little house. Who said you, hey. Listen, if you're not gonna help, get out of here.
Yep, we'll figure it out.
As you can see, I've got three, well, you can't see that wall, but I've got 3 walls up now, and I'm back from the store with more supplies. The most important part of this whole build has been these hooks. Remember, I wanted to implement this ratchet and cinch and secure method. So I'm gonna be testing that right here. I've got the ratchet strap. I'm going to install it and make sure this idea works. It should, but that's what testing is for. All right, never mind, I got ahead of myself. Since I can't get in the front anymore, the only way in is through the back. And if I don't get this supported, it could break the whole thing. So I've got this bolt that I picked up from the store, but it is a little too small. I'm making, this hole is bigger, so I could get a bigger bolt, but it's like way too long. The plan is to bolt that with, for example, this piece of wood here, and goes like this up to here, support, and bolt it in. But I think I need to get a different bolt. So right before build was about to begin, it's back to the store. And where's my hammer? Get this screwed in. Got the supports in, so I'm climbing up into, here for the first time. I just need to be able to climb up in here without falling off. Just don't want it to fall. I'm in. Step 1, take this hook and put it right here. That is so close to that. I don't know if I can get the strap in. Then, yes. I mean, it's snug, but I don't think those screws will pop out. This is gonna be right in front of the window, but oh well. Strap 1, strap 2, 3, and strap 4. I think this thing is secure on here. I'm gonna give it a shake test from the outside just to see if there's any wobble or what's going on. Oh, that's a pretty good test. Ow. I didn't put a handle on here, so how am I gonna open the door? This side just still doesn't want to go in. I can't get the door open now. I know you can't see this, but I'm putting a temporary screw in here. Wait, my box of screws are in here. Next up is the roof. Got the roof installed, time to cut out some windows, which are somewhere over here. Where's my drill bit? The 1/2-inch drill bit I had out here. I know there's better ways to cut out windows, but this is all I have right now, so I'm using the jigsaw. I'm going to cut until I find stud, and then cut up until I find stud and cut this way, and then you will have a window. All right. All right, window part 2 coming in. Like it fits. Would you just look at it? I feel like I'm getting pretty close to having this thing complete. There's still a few more steps I gotta do. One of them is I'm gonna wrap it in this waterproof house wrap. That's what we did on the tree house. And I should have enough left. Here we are. And then once I'm done with this, all I have to really do is the siding and the roof. And this thing might be ready to take on an adventure. Obviously we have to test driving around with it here in the backyard before going on a big excursion, but I am seeing light at the end of the build tunnel. Whoa! House wrap on it. Now I think the next step is going to be actually mounting the windows. Look, I never built a house before. It fits. Now I just gotta screw it in. Aha! I have made my decision on siding. I'm going with this plastic PVC siding. This is extremely lightweight, so it's perfect for what I wanted. All I gotta do is kind of put it on. First piece looks pretty good, I gotta say. Yes. I am so excited. The tiny house camper is officially done, which means it is time to take this on a test drive around the yard to make sure it all works properly and doesn't fall off. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, especially with the windows. There's some pretty cool features. I'm trying to decide if I want to paint the door. I might do that some other time. And the inside, I still have some stuff to do on the inside, but I'm gonna do that later. I need to do a test drive to make sure it doesn't tip over, it drives okay. Because if there's any issues, if it gets destroyed, if it falls apart, I'm gonna have to start over. I'm excited about this ladder system that I installed, so let me show you how it works. This is a camping ladder, and I've got it bungee cord up right here. I don't know how well this will hold up when driving around. That's gonna be part of the test as well. But let me show you. So you take apart the bungee cord. This folds down. Then you undo this Velcro, and ladder installed. Okay, and it locks down in place. And then you can open the door and you can climb on up. Feels pretty secure. Then you can come on in and shut the door. voila, we're inside. All right, I'm gonna test this window, make sure it opens. Beautiful. Locks in place, a perfect slide. Nuh-uh. I am kind of glad I made it this big because I can actually sit up in here, which I wasn't even thinking of that, but it's perfect. I wanted to let you guys know that there's still about 10 copies left of volume 1 of my photo magazine. If you didn't know, I made this photo magazine of some wildlife and some stories, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. I just really enjoy film photography, so there's still a few issues left of this one until it's gone, and I am working on volume 2 right now. You can hit the little shopping icons right here and you can go check it out if you want. But that leads me to my next point. So this I'm calling the Wild Sights, and this is the logo, this bear, which I really like. A bear is one of my favorite animals, and the fact that he's holding a camera is just, I don't know, I love it. I love it so much that I'm actually going to rebrand this channel, Dad Vlogs. I'm going to change the logo. I'm gonna probably go with the bear, and I really wanna lean into more of the outdoor exploration niche. I just think that this logo and this brand and this whole setup really complements each other. I'm really thinking about changing the name to Wild Sights. I'm not 100% on the name yet, but I do wanna go with the logo. So that's what I'm asking you guys. If you have any input on the channel name, if you like this name, let me know, or maybe you have a better name. That's really the future plan of this channel, is to really lean into more of the outdoors, more of the exploration content. So stuff like this, building a tiny camper and then going on an adventure. So what do you think? If you see this logo in your subscription feed soon, you'll know, but please let me know if channel name, if you like this channel name, or if you have any other suggestions, leave them in the comments. Hopefully this thing starts up no problem. We've got lights. Now ignite. Yeah. What? Oh, come on. Come on. Ah, rats. At least the lights work. I just want to go. Oh! Can't turn. It's gonna die. No! This is bad. So, yeah, I'm gonna need a mechanic